Yo, what's up, man? May the 12th, 2025. Astigmatism in My Soul, the podcast with Soul, Gumby Publishing, and myself, Sean Xavier Gumby Sr. We do not wish to slander, libel, or defame anybody as it relates to this case, which is the United States of America versus Sean Combs. Y'all know him as Diddy or Puff Daddy in the Southern District of New York in Manhattan in New York City. Here we have a letter dated September 18th, 2024. This letter was submitted in lieu of a formal motion in order to get Puffy released on bail, which we all know he was denied. But in this letter, this is a legal document. You can download this on Pacer. Everything that I talk about and that I'm going to talk about in this case, sometimes my personal feelings are going to come through, full disclosure. But what I'm going to attempt to do is to be as objective and impartial as I possibly can. I doubt I'll be able to achieve that, but everything that I'm going to come from is going to be from the actual court documents. It's not going to be my feeling, my emotion, or what I think or what I heard. This is what it's going to be. Now, Cassie is caught on tape 8 minutes and 24 seconds trying to extort Puffy. She will have to get on the stand and be cross-examined by Puffy's legal team, Mark Agnifilo, who is a former district attorney in Manhattan, former federal supervisor of the United States Attorney's Office, former federal prosecutor, you understand? And what's the young lady's name, man? Hold on, y'all. I gotta find the young lady's name. Tenny Garagos. Tenny Garagos. Her father is Mark Garagos, who was the attorney for Michael Jackson. Tenny Garagos, Geragos, Garagos, is also Puffy's attorney. She's a female. Now, Cassie is going to have to withstand cross-examining on the stand, cross-examination on the stand, under oath. And she's going to have to answer for this 8 minute and, hold on, y'all, I got it now. I got it. 8 minute and 12-second extortion attempt that she tried to pull off against Puffy. It's on tape. They are going to play that in the court. She is going to hear her lawyer and her talking about this. And this is critical. This is critical. Now, also in this document, I'm going to read to you. Cassie began to date the personal trainer Puffy hooked her up with. Puffy knew the personal trainer and Puffy knew Cassie. The personal trainer and Cassie started having an affair. What man likes that? Me as a man, you never like when a woman you dealing with, another nigga is hitting it or knocking it down, right? That's bad enough. That's painful enough. But then, let's take it up another level. It's a nigga you know, that you trust, hitting it. So both of them. This is Cassie Ventura. This is who she is. This is in the court document. First, there is one alleged trafficking victim in the indictment. One. The government can say what it wants, but what is actually charged is one victim. Count 2. Trafficking means victim 1. There is no victim 2. That one person was in a 10-year romantic relationship with Sean Combs. That one person was an adult woman who lived alone, who never lived with Sean Combs. She had her own friends, she had her own life, as adults tend to do. Mr. Combs and this person were very much in love for a long time, as the many written communications, text messages between them will show. This is Cassie. She never lived with Puff. She had her own crib, her own spot. She lived alone. This one person often expressed anger and jealousy because Mr. Combs had another girlfriend, as will be testified to by many witnesses and as the written text messages will show. At the end of Mr. Combs' and Cassie's personal relationship, Cassie started a relationship with her trainer, which prompted Mr. Combs and the woman to break up. He did not force her to stay, but instead released her from any obligation to his record label. A month later, when the mother of 4 of Sean Combs' children passed away, Cassie was present at multiple memorial services around the country to support Puffy. This is not trafficking. 5 years later, Cassie hired a lawyer to contact Puffy's lawyer. Puffy's lawyer recorded the conversation, which lasted 8 minutes and 12 seconds. The woman's lawyer said the woman wrote a book. It would be a tell-all book that would be embarrassing to Puffy. Her lawyer said that she would be meeting with book publishers to publish the book. However, if Puffy wanted to buy the exclusive rights to the book, then he would own the rights and could prevent the book from ever being published. Her lawyer then said that in order to stop the book from being published, Puffy would have to pay Cassie $30 million. Cassie is busted on tape for 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Puffy has that tape. It will be played in court, where Cassie is guilty of extortion, of attempted extortion. This is public information. Next sentence. When that clear extortion proved unavailing, the woman took another tack. She hired a lawyer to bring a civil complaint, taking advantage of an expanded statute of limitation for sex cases. Puffy settled the case. This was not because he raped or sex trafficked anyone, but because of the disastrous consequences a lawsuit of this nature would have on him and his business interests. We are now in a position where the only person alleged to be a victim in count 2 extorted Combs on audio tape and profited millions of dollars. The precise settlement of the civil suit remains confidential. We have countless written communications that tend to negate any lack of consent and any coercion. The evidence shows a long-term relationship that became strained by mutual infidelity and mutual jealousy, meaning they both were jealous of each other, and they both were messing around on each other. Cassie is on audio tape. Cold busted. She will have to answer that in court, under oath, on the stand. That audio will be played for her to hear, for the jurors to hear, for everybody to hear. Puffy is going to call some other witnesses to testify on his behalf of the love that he had for her and that he showed, and the love she had for him. Text messages will be put up on the screen for the jury to see, for the world to see, where she's expressing her love to him under her own volition, not by force, not by coercion. Can't get away from the actual court documents. You can't do it. You can't do it. I just read from pages 11 and pages 12 of a 15-page document on the letterhead of Agnifilo in Trader. You can go online and you can pull this down. Follow me on Spotify. The podcast was sold. You can listen to this on Spotify. Follow me on Instagram. The podcast was sold. Follow me on Facebook. Sean Gunby. Gun as in Nancy. BY. Peace.